Hey there, Capricorn, and welcome to your week of December 20th, 2021 General Tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your energy coming into this week, some potential challenges for you, as well as some potential outcomes. We'll be reading those in groups of 3 left to right. We're also going to clarify all of these cards and then tie everything off with an oracle card at the end of the video. So you're going to want to stick around for all that. These are general readings, though, here, Capricorn. So all of it, some of it, or maybe even none of it will resonate with you. If it doesn't resonate, then it's just not part of your message. So don't try to make something fit that doesn't. And without further ado, let's get into your reading here, Capricorn. All right. We got the moon, the 5 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords as your energy coming into this week. Oh, pardon me. The moon here is Pisces card, so you may have Pisces in your chart. You also might be dealing with a Pisces this week too, potentially. Oh, pardon me, I gotta clear my throat here. But the moon definitely, I feel like it's more your energy, so you may have Pisces in your chart. But regardless, the moon, the 5 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords here, I feel like you're kind of in a bit of a haze here. There's a bit of a sort of a unknowing energy here, sort of mysteries about. Maybe there's a lot of question marks for you here at this time, Capricorn. You know, the moon represents partial illumination, sort of not being able to see everything. If you're ever out at night walking around and you have a full moon, even with a full moon and it's brightest, you can't quite see into the shadows of everything. So you have to rely on kind of like what you hope is there, what you remember might be there. But so you might have those kind of worries at this time, those mysteries, and a lot of concerns as well with the 9 of Swords here, because the 9 of Swords is about your fears and nightmares and anxieties here. So I just feel like with those, you really may feel at this time there's a lot of unknown, and the things you can't see, maybe you don't have a good feeling about, or you might be a little worried or anxious about those things. And with the 5 of Swords here as well, 5 of Swords is about winning at all costs. It's like, I feel like that's kind of what's driving you here at this time, is that hope to win, that hope to have a victory here, to get through all of this at this time. But I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Spike's down on the floor, kind of tickling my feet. He's trying to play with my toes. But I feel like with the 5 of Swords, as I said, it's about victory. It's about winning at any cost, but it's also about kind of having the blinders on, right? Where you kind of get too narrowly focused on something, like the objective, like I want to win. And you get so narrow, so focused on that everything kind of else gets blocked out, whether it be, people in your life, or things, other situations, or other things you should be worrying about aside from just achieving victory, achieving a good outcome that you want here. I feel like this is sort of like you're worrying about what's in the shadows. You're jumping at shadows almost. I'm getting a sense of here at this time. But we'll move along here into your energy, or into your potential challenges here. We got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Sun here. So very interesting, we have the Sun and the Moon here, sort of the dark and the light. Now the good thing about the Sun is when it's in your challenge positions, it's actually still good. It's still happiness. It's still good things around you. So I feel like even though you have this partial illumination, you're kind of worried about what's in the dark. What can't I see? Is this going to affect my outcome, my win? I feel like there's still happiness on the horizon for you, because of course the Sun and the Moon will always interchange places, right? You're going to have the dark and eventually the light will shine again, right? Oh, pardon me. It's sort of a way of saying, like, looking at things really by saying that bad times don't last. Eventually good times will come around again. And the good times won't last either, because eventually bad times will come around as well, unfortunately. But that's just kind of part of life. It's just how it kind of goes here. With the aces here, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups also in your challenge positions, I feel like you're really trying to start something up here, and especially where we're looking at the Magician here in your future positions, your outcome cards, very much I feel like there's really a want to start something new, to get out of something else here. So maybe that's really what you need, is you really need to break a cycle, break this sort of narrow focus, kind of look abroad here, because maybe you're putting a little too much reason into things, right? You're not just having fun with stuff, because the swords represent your mind, represent thinking logically. They represent sort of matter-of-factness, whereas the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups, and Wands and Cups in general, represent your passions, your desires, your emotions, your feelings. It almost feels like you're kind of denying your emotions and your feelings and your passions and your desires and what makes you happy, because you feel like it's kind of because we're talking about jumping at shadows here a little bit. It's almost as if you're kind of focused on, like, you're not having enough playtime, because you're saying to yourself, as if the more time I spend playing and doing that stuff, I'm not focusing on progressing towards my goals. I'm not moving towards my victories, which is kind of, I feel like, stringing you out, because it's kind of that anxieties and those nightmares where it's like you're just working, but we're not having fun here, right? This is the big problem. It feels like you're just not having fun because you're so focused on winning. You're so focused on outcomes, like, down the line here, instead of just enjoying the moment, right? In your outcomes here, moving right along, we've got the Magician, the Three of Wands, and the Justice card. The Justice card is Libra's card, so you may have Libra in your chart. You may be dealing with a Libra this week as well. Maybe you need to get talking to a Libra here. Maybe they'll help you get out of this funk. But the Magician represents manifestation, right? He represents you having that infinite potential in you, right? He's got the infinity sign over his head, represents the infinite potential within you to overcome any challenge, to find what you need. Notice here, he's got on his table, he's got all the tools, right? He's got the swords, cups, pentacles, and wands here. He's got everything he needs to do what he wants here. It's almost as if you're kind of neglecting. You're kind of focusing too much on the swords and neglecting, which is causing you to neglect wands and cups here. It's kind of, again, we're talking about neglecting your passions, your desires, your want for growth, your happiness, your emotions here at this time. And I feel like you need to kind of get in touch with everything. You need to have that balance in order to achieve the things you want. And you need to be patient as well with the Three of Wands here. Three of Wands is about waiting for your ships to come and about waiting for your goals here. And I feel like if you work so hard on things and you're like, why am I not achieving what I want? It's because you need some patience. You need to have some fun, you need to relax and decompress. And with the Justice card here, I talked about balance and harmony a bit here, talking about all four. You need to focus on everything and not just specifically on the swords. The Justice card is about being balanced, right? The scales of justice here. It's about being balanced. It's about being fair. It's about doing things that benefit everybody, right? So I feel like that's sort of what you need to focus on right now, is you need to focus on being balanced rather than focused and being specialized in something at this time. So let's take a look and see what we got for some clarifiers for you here, Capricorn. Before we do, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all the love and support I see in the comments, in the likes and such in every video. I appreciate that so much. I'm sending that all back out to you as well. I'm hoping everything's going good for you and your loved ones at this time. I know this time of the year is tough, not just on the wallet, but on the emotions and everything this time of the year. So hopefully everything is working out for you at this time. So just remember, at the end of the video, we're going to be tying everything off with an oracle card as well. So you're going to want to stick around for that too. So let's get in and see what we got for some clarifiers for you here, Capricorn. We got the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands again. Yeah, I feel like these are kind of the things in the background, because you're really focusing on the Pentacles here with the Seven of Pentacles, making sure you're on time for your harvest, making sure that everything's going according to plan, making sure you are achieving what you want to achieve. The Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands are there kind of wanting you to be, looking on the positive side, having fun, letting loose, starting up something new that's going to grow, that you want to grow, right? Getting in there and having some fun, right? Maybe not focusing on the same old, the grind, right, of life. And it's like, let's start up something new, something positive, something we really want to nurture and grow. And I feel like that's in the back of your mind, but still it's that the swords are kind of winning out. They're kind of saying, no, we need to focus on what's happening. Like, we need to focus on, we aren't where we want to be at the end of the day. I want to get there quicker, right? And you're really just trying to cut through as fast as you can. Let's look at some challenge clarifiers here, see if we can get a little more details on them as well. See what's happening here. All righto. We've got the Page of Cups, the Death card, and the Nine of Pentacles. The Death card is Scorpio's card, so you may have Scorpio in your chart. Might be dealing with a Scorpio. You need to talk to a Scorpio this week. Different for everybody, of course, as these are general readings, but that's interesting. We got two of the three water signs here in your reading, the Death card being Scorpio's card. The only one we're missing right now is Cancer. So the Chariot would be that card if that happens to come up here next. But we got the Page of Cups here. The Nine of Pentacles and the Death card. The Death card really, it's a challenge to end this cycle, to end this super focus, right? Because I feel like you've been like this for a long time, and it's really something you've been like, it's kind of been like, not necessarily like a credo or something like that, but it's been something that's kind of been on your mind of like, I'm not where I want to be, so I'm working hard and I'm focusing on winning and getting to where I want to be here, right? You're craving this independence, this financial freedom and such from the Nine of Pentacles. You're craving that sort of thing in your life. You're craving opportunities to be seized with the Page of Cups here, like that fish in the cup that's sort of coming out of the cup there is opportunities that you could grasp and take hold of and really make a difference in your life. And I feel like these are things you really want to happen, and you're so focused on those things and not really looking around at all the other stuff here for you potentially. So I feel like a change needs to happen here with the Death card. A cycle needs to come to an end, whether this is you finally achieving what you need to achieve or you moving on and taking a more balanced approach, which I feel like for the vast majority of you is going to be the way to go here. So let's take a look. There's the Chariot on the bottom of the deck, but let's take a look at your clarifiers here for your outcome cards, see what's going on. Maybe that Chariot card will come back. Who knows? We shall see, though, in just a second. All right, so clarifying, we've got the Nine of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and Zawaldo, the World card as well. The Nine of Cups, the Wheel, and the World here. Very good energy as well. The Nine of Cups is being satisfied, right? And I feel like that balance is what we're talking about. That satisfaction to realize that, yes, I need to have the balance. I need to play things and be conscious of like the harmony and the and the imbalance that I've kind of been going with here lately. It's like I need to strike that balance, and that will bring me the satisfaction, realizing that life's not a race, it's a journey, right? You're not trying to get to the end as fast as possible. That's no fun, right? It's enjoying yourself, enjoying your experiences, and enjoying your time along the way. And I feel like that's what's going to really give you the satisfaction. Thank you for that, Spike, by the way, buddy. Appreciate that a lot. You little stinker. Holy jumpins. Anyway, with the Wheel of Fortune here as well, and the World here, the World is that big time completion, right? It's like the natural progression from the Death card, right? We go from the Death card to the Tower to the World in terms of cycles ending, changes happening in the major arcana. The World is that big time conclusion. I feel like this is going to be a big time realization for you and the start of something new as well, because not only is the world the end, but when things complete in tarot, something new begins after that, right? With the Death card, death, you may look at it as a negative, something has died, but it's actually something has ended, but something else has begun. It's sort of like the first day of the rest of your life. That's true no matter what that's saying, but it's kind of that kind of mentality that people use when they say it, is like, this is the start of something new, this is the start of a new beginning for you, right? And the World is that big time version of that, like a significant change. So I feel like that's going to be for you, that significant mindset change, that significant action change that you're going to be taking from here on out. And with the Wheel here as well, the Wheel is all about you get what you give with the Wheel, right? And I feel like because of this, get what you give with the Wheel, I feel like it's going to be very much you creating those opportunities you crave back here with the Page of Cups, because you're coming at things in a balanced approach. It's sort of an idea of when people like, when you're like, I'm going to definitely go down and do this one thing, right? I'm going to go down this like one path, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to do this, and that's all it's going to be. If you're looking at it from the minor arcana sense, for instance, where there's 4 potential paths, well, you're just going down one and you're leaving 3 other paths closed off. It's almost as if saying, I want to go further down this one at the cost of these other 3. Whereas if you go down all 4, you live in that balance and that harmony, you have more luck. You're more likely to see potential things that could help you in all aspects of your life, not just in this one particular one, if you understand what I mean. It's sort of a way of like, I'm going to go broad rather than narrow, because when I go broad, I might see more things I can combine and more things that might give me what I need to know, what I need to actually get me to where I want to be. It's almost as if you've ever seen people kind of in insulated communities, right? For instance, and they don't branch out. They just say, this is what I like. I'm not moving from this. I'm not going to like educate myself or anything like that. And then they go and have new experiences with other people and realize how out of their depth they are, how out of touch in something they might be. Whereas if you keep an open mind and keep, trying to educate yourself and learn new things and try to, walk every path you can, not necessarily in a like super hyper specific way, but being aware of things that very much will help you out in the future. I have a friend of mine who he's very how do I say this nicely, he's very uninformed when it comes to things, and he does kind of live in a kind of an insulated kind of mindset where he feels like he kind of knows what he needs to know and he doesn't need to improve or anything. And then when he's confronted, when his thinking is confronted, he kind of just, instead of deciding, oh, maybe I should change or maybe I should think a little different, he instead doubles down on what he's been doing in his mindset and that he's right in that thing, right? And it's kind of hard to watch in some ways, and it's like, well, you are how you are. You're not really offending anybody or hurting anybody, of course, but at the same time, it's like if you looked in a different direction, maybe you would see something that you really, really liked and would, have this big change, and it might be growing for you in a very positive way here. So hopefully this has been resonating with you. Hopefully this has been helping you out, Capricorn. We're going to tie everything off with an oracle card here for you. Hopefully this gives you that last little kick you need before the Christmas holidays. Well, I guess holidays for everybody, we don't want to, as we were saying, insulation, we don't want to be doing that. It's happy holidays for everyone, right? Because everyone's celebrating something different, or maybe not even celebrating anything, right? So let's take a look. What is your oracle card here, Capricorn? We got that grasshopper spirit saying take a leap of faith. Yeah, like that can be scary when you're going from like that idea of like, this is just me and this is all I do, and I've never kind of reached out or spread out or anything like this. And the grasshopper saying, take a leap of faith, try something new, try something different, try to be more balanced, try to see all the angles, try to see from other people's perspectives, maybe if this is something like that you're dealing with, or maybe try to look at a problem or a relationship or whatever for someone else's perspective, and maybe that's going to help you out down the road here, Capricorn. So hopefully that's helped you out. Hopefully that's resonated with you, Capricorn. If you want to help out the channel, you can hit that thumbs up, that like button down below, helps out a lot. And if you can also help me and yourself by subscribing to the channel. That way you can find these videos easier, and you can also see my videos as I upload them every week. You can also check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one, see what might all be coming for you in the week ahead. Hopefully everything's going good there too. Thank you again for being here, Capricorn, and I hope to see you in the next video.